Hello everyone. So today's video is targeted for for this week, targeted for cold start and warm start. So basically, stay tuned in the video. I will explain you what exactly is cold start and warm start.
So basically, let's talk about cold start, warm start. Cold start, warm start are basically concepts within AWS, in which like widely used in the application performance, database, and cloud computing serverless architecture. So basically, whenever a particular instance is getting started, so at that time, you can consider when all the resources are getting initialized. So that is like uh, pre-handedly initialized. So pre-handedly initialized, so that is called as warm start because all the resources are readily available. And cold start is basically when resources are not yet initialized and yet to be initialized based on the requirements. Cold start occurs when a system or application start from completely stopped state. Nothing is loaded in the memory. Means if we talk about uh, uh, everything is in stopped state currently. So in this stopped state, the system, so everything loaded from the scratch. Okay. Then like the things which gets loaded are application code, dependencies, configurations, required data, everything. So uh, it consists of response time is very late and CPU and memory usage is on large amount and time requires to load the resources. So one of the example is like restarting of the database server and running the first query. Okay, this is called as uh, cold start. And in cold start, most of the examples that you can consider it as uh, so whenever we are like calling AWS Lambda, so in that AWS Lambda we have a function which is like serverless function which is called from that. So that is like uh, first invocation of a particular function may be called as an event that is AWS Lambda. So it loads all the resources. So that resources are basically considered or maybe like loaded very late. So that is uh, like delayed accessing of the or inputting of the resources, which causes the invocation to be delayed. So that is for AWS Lambda. This is a good example for cold start. Let's go for warm start. Warm start occurs when system is already running but requires resources are loaded into memory. So system already running required resources taken from the memory, so taken into memory and so everything like application code, cache and connections are already available and the things are responding very fast with low latency and better performance. So characteristics are data resources already loaded, faster response time, low latency already told. So the major example of real-time example is running queries on the database that has been active for long time. So means like already a query is written, so and that is active. So that is being loaded directly, and uh, at that point of time we are running that query which is already existed in the query section of the database. So that is like called as warm start. Another example is opening an already opened up, already running application in the background. So let's say if Copilot is running in the background, we haven't seen it in the foreground side. So we double click it and open it. So that is like called as start. So cold start is basically like not having good user experience and there are a lot of delays. So what we do is we generally use warm start as much as possible. Okay, and cold start things reduced by using reloading of data during startup, which is like important data, and using caching system like Redis, and using connection pooling for database. So basically, connection pool give a pool of object that is used reused multiple times. So like that is called as application of connection pool. So conclusion I already explained. Thank you very much for watching. Do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.